What's up, guys? I'm Ish. I just wanted to do a quick introductory video to kind of get you guys going on how things are gonna go. Um, I know you might have seen another video that I did right after I got my setup. I was just really excited, so I wanted to use it. So that was not really the introductory video. This is the introductory video. It's okay. You get used to me. I tend to go back and forth, but I'm trying to be more consistent when it comes to that. So, who is Ish? This is Ish. I am going to take a few minutes of your time today, if you don't mind, to just kind of introduce myself to you and get to know you and have you get to know me better. And we can build a relationship that down the line is going to be fruitful for the both of us. If you follow me on Instagram, thank you for jumping on YouTube. If you follow me on Twitter, thank you for jumping on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, again, thank you for joining in. If you've listened to my podcast, thank you, and please continue to listen because it's season 3 is coming up, and it's going to be extremely exciting. Um, wow, I sounded like Trump there just now. Ugh. Anyways, I want to give a shout out to somebody that kind of made this whole layout thing possible, and that person is Marshall Fox. If you don't know who Marshall Fox is, you definitely should find out more about him. I'm gonna put some information about him in the description below, so you can link up with him. And he runs 120 Designs, and also he heads the Good to Goat program for designers like himself. And if you're a designer, link up with him. Let him know Ish sent you, and just say hi. That's all. The reason why I'm giving him that shout out is because the layout that I'm doing right now, that I use Canva to create, that you see me in the little circle and all that stuff, was because of him. I watched a video that he did on YouTube for Ecam Live, and that video was about maybe 3 minutes or 4 minutes long. But I learned so much in that video than I've done in multiple of other videos and trying to do it by myself and everything. I'm not going to say I'm the sharpest tool when it comes to things like that, but I can handle my way around things like that. But his video was so simple, but so effective that I created my layout, got on Instagram, found him, sent him a DM to thank him just for that video, and we connected. And I said, "Hey, do you mind jumping on a call so we can chit chat?" And he did. Like, and the crazy thing about that is, you know what? Let's continue. I'll get back to that and share all that information with you guys. But from now, let's just go by Ish, right? My origins. I didn't want to get sidetracked by the story about with Marshall, so I'm gonna go to my origins. I was born and raised in Sierra Leone. That's in West Africa. For those of you who don't know, one of the most beautiful countries in the world. The natural beaches is just phenomenal. If you ever plan on going to Africa, make sure you stop by. If you don't plan on going to Africa, plan it and make sure you stop by. I moved to the United States when I was 17. I lived in Georgia then. I lived in Augusta for the most part. And that's where I kind of started the creative bug. Well, I've always been creative as a young boy, but that's when I realized being in America that, hey, you can actually pursue these passions. But because I was so distracted with school and other things that were going on, I was only doing it on a part-time basis, like not even part-time, like less than a part-time basis, more like a hobby basis where I'd do one or two things here and there. It wasn't until I moved to Maryland back in 2014 that I actually realized, like, look, I can actually pursue my passions and do these things, and I can still work my daytime job and still pursue my passions. And I started doing that. I went into entrepreneurship. I started a few companies, worked with a few people, and some of them were kind of successful. Most of them were not. And I then realized my true passion, which was helping black men. And I started a company called Black Men Who Blog. And eventually that got rebranded into 86 Majesty, where we're working to change the narrative for black men. Um, I love being here. I moved here because of my fiance at the time, who's now my wife. And I do have relatives here, but that was not the reason why I moved. Because they've been trying to get me to move here for years, and I did not until I felt like it was time. And I'm glad I moved to Maryland. As much as I don't like Maryland, I'm glad I moved to Maryland because I got exposed to a lot of different things, a lot of different people because of the DMV, tri-state, or try whatever area. And I want to give some shout outs. The first one is to CampSpace. CampSpace, I don't know, because of the light, you probably cannot see. Let me see. CampSpace and the owner, Patrice Cameau. So when I started that process of doing my content creations and all that stuff, I needed a co-working space. And I found CampSpace, and I reached out to Patrice and became one of her first clients at the co-work space. And that's where I launched my very first episode for my podcast. And shout out to Brittany Bloom. And I'm going to put Brittany's link, and I'll put Patrice's link as well in the description. Brittany Bloom was my first guest for my podcast. Back then it was called Apparently with Mr. Gander. Brittany and I worked together at Express back in Georgia when I was a Express store manager, and stayed friends. And when she was in the area, I said, "Hey, do you want to jump on a interview?" And she was gracious. That interview was horrible, not in the sense of the content, but the experience. At least for me, Brittany was fine. Her sister was awesome. I had so much issues with the mic, the setting, and all that stuff. So I said, "Hey, Ish, get back to the drawing board, learn more about things, and relaunch." Um, so the picture you're seeing right there, um, of me smiling, doesn't really have any cues or anything. It's not a cue for anything. It's just I shared that because that was one of the pictures that made me realize that I actually do have a genuine smile. And I say that for a lot of people who say, well, so do many people, or most people. And I'm sharing that because I've always been that person. When you take a picture, it was when you say cheese, I say cheese, and I go like this, and I take my picture. It wasn't until my cousin told me, asked me rather, said, "Hey, do you know how to smile?" And then I thought to myself, like, I really don't know how to smile. Then I started looking at all my pictures that I've taken before. I was faking the smile. And if you want me to stand there and take a picture and you just have me waiting with that smile, I end up feeling all this pain in my cheeks because I'm literally working to keep that smile, to maintain that smile so you can take your picture. So the longer you take, the more irritated I got. But this picture happened probably maybe three, no, about 3 or 4 years ago. 3 years ago, probably. And every time I look at it, I realize how genuine that smile was. I realized I wasn't faking it. I wasn't trying. It was just me taking a picture in the backyard of myself, just feeling great. So that's why I put the picture there. That's the only reason why the picture is there, honestly. My roles. I'm a father of 4 boys. I'm a husband, a life coach. I'm a podcaster, as you may have figured. I'm a speaker, and I'm a regular black man. Now, father of 4 boys. My oldest is 19. He's really passionate about cooking and everything, so he's starting out his own cooking thing. And the next one is 7. He's a pretty energetic guy. He loves researching different things. And then I have a 5-year-old who always remind you that he's about to be 6 in April, and he's actually in school right now. And then I have a 2-year-old who will make you think he's 90 because he treats you like you're his grandchild. I promise you, he does. Hopefully, one day I'll share some videos of him doing that to me. Um, I'm a husband. Like I said, I moved to Maryland because of my fiance. We got married um, about a year after I moved, and we have 2 sons together and 4 in total. I'm a life coach. I run Destiny Chasers Academy, where we help you realize your dream by planning it, building it, and living it. I'll share more information about that. You can jump on and show some love or become part of the academy and realize your dream. I'm a podcaster. My podcast, like I said before, used to be called Apparently with Mr. Gander. Now, why did I call it that? A lot of people back then would tell me, hey, Ish, you use the word apparently a lot. I said, really? And then I started paying attention. I realized that I did. So I figured when I was getting into the podcasting space, why not say apparently with Mr. Gander? Yeah, it took me about a season to realize that, nah, don't do that. So I changed the name. And I changed the name to Loudly Saying It. And the reason why I chose Loudly Saying It was because I had discovered my passion for helping black men, right? So I wanted my podcast to be geared towards that passion. And I sat down with my wife and I told her what I was thinking. And she said, well, what are you going to be talking about in this new format of the podcast? I said, well, I want to address topics that black men should talk about or are ashamed to talk about just because of things in society and all that stuff. And she said, oh, okay, so you want to say it out loud? I said, yes. So I thought, whoa, I'm going to call it Loudly Saying It. So I'm loudly saying the things that black men are thinking, but because of the judgments of society, they don't feel comfortable enough to say it out loud. That's where the name came from. I like it. I don't know, you tell me. And I'm a speaker. I'm actually in the Game Changers speaking program right now with ETA. Now, if you don't know who ETA or what ETA is Eric Thomas and Associates, headed by ET, Eric Thomas, aka the hip hop preacher. If you don't know who that is, you need to jump on YouTube right now. Well, maybe after my video, jump on YouTube, enter ET, the hip hop preacher, and watch his videos. I promise you, they're going to change your life. Now, why would I be sharing this if I'm supposed to be a life coach or whatever it is? My job as a coach is not to lie to you and make you think that I'm the end all be all. Nah. I have people that have helped me get to where I am and that are helping me get to where I want to be or where I want to go. I want to be one of those people helping you to get to where you want to go. But I also want to be one of those people that can connect you to other people that can bless your life. This is my philosophy. I say, I exist today in this time because there are people out there that prayed for me to be born, for me to exist, so I can help change their lives. I don't know if you get that, so I'm going to repeat that. You watching this video right now exist because somebody out there in the world prayed for you to be born, for you to grow up, for you to do what you're doing now, so you can one day help change their future or their destinies. That's why you exist. So if you've ever been thinking you don't have any passion or anything in life that keep you going, I want you to remember that somebody prayed for you to be here today because you're going to change their life one day. I hope you got that. If you did, drop a comment in the below so I'll know and so we can connect. All right. All right. So, like I said, I'm a speaker. I'm in ET's program, Game Changers. And I'm a member of the Breathe University as well. And I just love ET and I love the message. And I love the people I've connected with. And last but not least, well, not last but not least, but the most important one of all, I'm a regular black man. Yep. That means when I step outside my house, there's a possibility that a cop is going to mistake me for somebody. When I step out of my house, I have to always be on my guard because I don't know what a cop is thinking or what the law is thinking or what the judicial system is thinking. That means I've had my share of experiences with the law, which means people see me and judge me by the color of my skin. It means a lot of different things. So those are just a few things that it means. But yeah, I'm a regular black man. But my goal is to change the narrative that society has created for black men. And I'm doing that through my YouTube channel, my podcast, my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and my company. That's why I'm bringing you along. But now that you know my roles, let's get going. My goals. I have two goals. The first one is to share helpful content. And let me just rephrase that. I have two goals for this channel. The first one, to share helpful content. Why? Because when you help people, they get to help other people. And when they help other people, they feel good about themselves. And then it just continues like a chain reaction going down the line. At least that's what I hope will happen. My second goal, I want to impact 5,000 lives in 5 years. Well, you might be thinking about, 5,000 lives in 5 years is about 1,000 lives a year. Yeah. Well, some people might consider that to be a modest goal. It might be, but I also want to be realistic. I don't want to say I want to influence 100,000 lives or 20,000 lives in 5 years. Is it possible? It might be. Do I know if I can do it? I don't. So I'm starting with 5,000 lives in 5 years. That's 1,000 lives in a year. So this is how I look at it. If I'm able to influence 1,000 lives in 1 year, and those 1,000 people have 1,000 kids, a portion of my influence is going to transfer to those kids. So I've influenced 2 generations, right? 1,000 people have 1,000 kids. That's the next generation. And if those kids have 1,000 kids, that's 3,000 people. Am I going to know whether that transfers? No, I'm just assuming. If that just transfers, and let's say after maybe 2, 3, 4 generations later, I've influenced a good amount of people. That's what I'm hoping will happen. I'm not going to say that I'm the best at everything right now, but I promise you, I'm going to try to be the best at what I do. And that's what I can ask of you. If you're out there pursuing your passion, don't try to be the best at everything. Try to be the best at what you do. Try to be the best in your space, in how you do things, the way you do things. Don't try to be like anybody else. Be you. All right? So, now that you know my goals, let's find out how we can connect. So, if you're on Instagram and you know are already following me, make sure you search the Ishgander and click a follow. Send me a DM. Let me know that you saw this video. Or share this video with your friends. Same thing on Twitter. It's the Ishgander And if you want to be a part of my community text group, shoot me a text at 410-421-7547. Hey, Ish, this is your boy. I saw your video. Let's link up. Now, if I'm at work on my daytime job, I might not respond in a timely fashion, but I promise you, I will respond. And if you want to be a part of my weekly notification group where I can send you weekly tips here and there, let me know. I'll add you onto it. You don't have to pay for it. It's free. It's just so we can connect. If you just want to chit chat, shoot me a text. If you're bored, shoot me a text. I'd be bored sometimes too. So we can chit chat and have some conversations and spark the minds. For the podcast, it's loudly saying it. Jump on Apple Podcasts, listen to the previous episodes, give me comments, forgive me for the lame sound sometimes. Give me 5 stars. You can jump on Amazon Music. I'm on Spotify, Amazon Music. I'm on TuneIn. What else? Every podcast platform that's out there, I'm on them. So just search Loudly Saying It and jump on it. Oh, on Audible as well. You can find me on Audible. I love my Audible. I know Audible is not sponsoring me for any of this. I wish they could. I probably should ask them out on a sponsor date and say, hey, do you want to sponsor me? I'll make your life easy. I don't know if that's going to work, but I'll try it. But before I go, I want to give a few shout outs again. I know I did Marshall, Patrice, of course, shout out to my wife for always being a support. And I'm going to add her food page that she has. So if you're in the DMV and you like African food, go ahead and hit them up, Graz'n Surf, and order something and try it out. Let me go to my YouTube people I want to give shout outs. The first one is Pat Flynn. Pat Flynn is one of the people who really got me interested in YouTube years ago. I used to follow his stuff, watch his stuff, subscribe to his channel, which by the way, you should be subscribing to mine so you can get notifications. So hit the subscribe button and click on the bell so you can get notifications when I post videos. I don't have all those animations yet. I'm working on them. Pat Flynn has been doing a lot of different things on YouTube and has his academy that you can join. I'm going to put his link down. And then the next person is Tom Buck. Tom does a lot of great reviews on different gadgets that people can use. His review on the Rodecaster Pro is the reason why I got my Rodecaster Pro, and I love it. And I was able to learn how to use it in a way that works for my channel and my voice and my settings and my podcast and all that because of Tom's videos. Again, I'm going to give his link below. DSLR videos. If you watch the other video, I remember putting his name up. I don't want to go search now to find it, but just DSLR videos. I'm going to put his link down. He is the reason why I have this all set up right now, right? Because during the pandemic, when we were all in lockdown and everything, I saw the videos, or maybe right before that, I saw a video that he did where he used these Versa arms to build a YouTube setup, a video setup, which you can use that one arm to have your camera, have your shotgun mic, have your light, and everything set up so you can literally move that from one space to another space. It even went further and made it mobile where you can put it on a sturdy stand and move it around. So in case you have a small space, once you're done recording, you can put it all together and push it in the side of the room and not take up all that space. So those are some of the people on YouTube who I've learned from, and there are plenty more that I'm learning from, and I'm going to continue to give them their shout outs, give them their flowers every time something comes up that I use or say because of them. Like I said, connect with me on social media. Let me know how you felt about this video, and please, please, please keep an eye out for the new season of my podcast, Loudly Saying It. That's going to be season 3, and this time around it's going to have several series in it. One of those series is going to be Dear Black Man, when we're going to have women talk to black men. We're gonna have one for mental health. We're gonna have one for fitting description. That's has to do with law and judicial system and how that affects black men and black boys. We're gonna have raising black men. I'm gonna be talking to mothers raising black men or parents raising black men. Several series, but I can't wait for you guys to get to see all those. And if you would like to be a part of those discussions, shoot me a text on 410-421-7547, or if you're on Instagram or Twitter, send me a DM. Let me know. We'll link up, schedule something so we can get on. And mind you, all these are going to be recorded on video. So just so you know, it's not going to be just be audio. If you're not interested in the whole video thing, you can listen to the audio only versions of my podcast, of my videos, of everything. They're going to be available on, like I said, my podcast for everyone. It's going to be on all platforms where you have podcasts. It's been a pleasure, guys. I cannot wait to get to know you guys better. Like in the comments, just drop your names. Let me know where you guys are from, what you're doing, what are your passions, what are you doing. If you have your channel, drop your channel and everything so we can connect. Fine with subscribing to anybody's channel. All I ask is for the same love, guys. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I cannot wait to get to know you guys better so we can change this place. Peace.